Hello everyone, Sharon Milne Barber here at Bengal Rose Healing. I'm just doing a video to let you know about my latest book has just come out, and it's called Grief Walks Beside You. This book came about through a personal journey that's been taken by myself and my family over the last 4 or 5 months. And I was keeping a journal of my feelings and what happened around this journey, around my husband and a very bad accident he had. And the journal led to a book because I had a massive wake-up call through this, that grief isn't around death. Grief is around different things and aspects of our lives that can occur. These are often called catalyst events and trauma that we experience through our lives. So it's not all to do with people, it can be to do with materialistic things, pets, and there's different facets and aspects to grief. So while my husband was in hospital and his long recovery, I started channeling and writing and being inspired by my guides of what they wanted to put in this book. And it became I wouldn't call it comfort, because I found it quite emotional to do, to be honest. Could be healing, yes, could be a healing aspect to this, but it kept me sane, it kept me going, coming home to an empty house. Well, Milo, my dog's here, if you know what I mean, no other humans. And I just spent hours writing in between hospital visits. I didn't think there was another book, because I've done 16 over the last 10 years. And they said, no, this book needs to be written. I also felt that it needed the human side. So it's got in it what grief is, the different aspects of grief, how to cope with grief. I've also touched on the holistic side that can help you through grief. I've put in a true life event that was the catalyst to this book. And I've also selected through some very kind people personal stories of grief of pets and their own loss of loved ones or a version of themselves in life. I thought it was very important to have the human aspect in there because we can relate to that, and these are truthful stories of people and what they've felt and what they've been through. Also, a lot of it's led to spiritual awakenings. So the latter half of the book is more of a spiritual based half of the book. Is about afterlife, experiences I've had, experiences other people have had, and there's some bits in there which I wasn't sure to put in, but I have, because it's got to be a truthful account of a human understanding of why we're here and what we are here to achieve and do, and why catalyst events occur and why they occur. So the grief walks beside you came from the feeling I had from my experiences in the last few months, that I moved through different layers of grief and different types of grief in my experience, and it's just stayed here at the side of me as I kept moving forward on the timeline, and then it would come back up and go back. And it's not a linear timeline, this energy. It can go in circles, come back, fade, come up strong again. And grief, you can think you've got over somebody in 10 years, it can come back again. Grief can remind you of past grief, but also grief that you haven't dealt with and energies that you haven't resolved. So I'm hoping, I know this book will help many people. It also is a bit of an eye-opener to the spiritual side of it, from different accounts that are in the book. My own personal experiences as being an active light worker channeler, or what you understand as a medium, and I also felt that a book that tells the story of people's own grief, trauma, honest truths cannot be a profit-making book. So I've put on the back of the book and inside, this book is published as a non-profit initiative with all profits directed towards supporting organisations that assist individuals coping with grief. So any profits made from this will go to various grief charities, probably pick one each month. If there's some money there to go, I'll select one. I've got a resources section at the back of the book, which I've selected certain charities that I was drawn to, that I've seen or experienced through media, that I thought would help people. And those would be the ones I'm donating to. If you know of a charity that's not been included in my book and you feel that a donation could go to that charity and it's somewhere that helps people going through grief, then please email me and let me know, because I'm quite happy, if you've had experience using them, we can give something back. The book is going to be on paperback and Kindle. It'd be wonderful if you can share it out, if you read it, to give feedback, because I feel this book will help could help hundreds of people. I've already had loads of people say to me, I can't wait to read this, I must get it. And I just know it's going to sit with so many of you, and you might actually find that this book is a healing process. It's not got the cures, it's got tools that you need to help you, and really your own healing from grief, trauma, whatever it is you've experienced in life comes from you recognizing it. But this book will help you recognize it, if that makes sense. And I feel reading human stories, you'll go, oh my God, I relate to that. I remember feeling like that and I didn't know what it was. I still feel a bit like that now. And you can start to understand the journey of this grief that walks beside us. It's going to always be there through our lives, but we can learn to deal with it. It's an energy. It's a source of energy. And energy can be turned down or turned up, thinking of a gas ring. So I know this book's going to really help many, many people. And thank you for listening. This is actually not resale copy, just so you can see it. I'm on the verge of ordering, they're called author copies, where I get author copies that I can then sell through SD or privately from the home, and then any profits based on that from those will go into the charities. Amazon works in a way where they publish it and they take a slice off the top. I then get what we call an author's fee, and that author's fee is what will go to charity. So, because I self-publish that way, I'm going to keep an account every month. So I'll probably, I don't know if it'd be the first month, because it's going to take a while for this to get going, for books to sell, but hopefully, so what are we in now, July, hopefully by the end of August I'll have a sum of money to go to a charity, and I'll pick one. So that's the way it's going to work, and I'll be putting it on my Bengal Rose Healing page. If you're not connected, please join that. That's on Facebook, social media, and I'll keep everybody updated that way. And then at the end of the year we can see what total we have and what we donated to. And if you know of anybody this book might help, buy it for them as a gift. It's I've just been talking to people this week who've come to help us assess the house for disability and stuff, and they've asked me what I do, and they've been very spiritual people themselves, and they said, I have to get this book. And they've been all going through their own grief patterns at the moment. And I just know there's other books out there I know about grief, but I really feel, because this is from the heart, the human heart, and a very experienced light worker channeler and other people that have contributed, some of them also light worker channelers, that it's going to bring a massive spiritual understanding for you all, to understand what grief is and how it affects our daily life. So I'm going to go now, and I hope you enjoy the book. Take care, everyone. Bye.